Reynolds famously said, "The most important requirements for major success are, first, being at the right place at the right time, and second, doing something about it." Well, there is an industry that is absolutely booming and is already creating many 6- and 7-figure earners. This industry offers a service that 100% of the population will undoubtedly need, but less than 4% currently have it. That industry is the solar industry. Billionaire Warren Buffett said that energy deregulation will be the largest transfer of wealth in the history of mankind. What if I told you that there is a way you can benefit from this tremendous opportunity and you do not have to sell solar yourself? You do not have to become a solar salesperson to earn big in the solar industry. Pay attention for the next 3 minutes and you will see what I'm talking about. Let's look at solar by the numbers. In America alone, 130 million homes are connected to the dirty energy grid. 90 million of those homes qualify for zero-down solar, and currently less than 4 million of those homes have solar. That leaves over 86 million homes in America that need what we offer. The fact is, in the next 2 decades, we'll all be driving electric vehicles and living in homes powered by the sun. Here are some hard facts. Traditional gas-powered vehicles peaked in sales in 2017, while electric vehicles continue to increase in sales and popularity. In California by 2035, you can say goodbye to new gas cars. All new homes since 2020 are legally required to have solar panels, and by 2045, every home in the Golden State must have solar. Simply put, it is not a matter of if, but a matter of when everyone that we know goes solar. The solar revolution is here to stay. As one famous multi-millionaire once said, in order to get wealthy, identify where the masses are going and get there first. We've all noticed this. Our electricity bills are constantly rising. Each month, the bill is a little higher than before. What if you could help people cut that bill by 10 to 50%, increase the value of their home, and get paid big bucks for it? Here's the best part. You do not have to become a solar specialist. You can simply refer homeowners to our solar specialists and earn 50% of the commission. Now, if you want to learn how to become a solar specialist and earn more money, we have that option too. Here's an example for you. Our customer Jesse P. had a $240 average electric bill. After going solar with our company, we managed to bring his bill down to $170 per month and save him $70 per month. What is the average commission our solar specialist makes for helping a homeowner go solar? $7,000 to $10,000. Some of our agents help over 3, 5, or even 10 customers per month. Obviously, there is a huge opportunity here at Build, where you have the option of referring solar customers, becoming a solar specialist, building a team of referrers and specialists nationwide, or all of the above. If you would like more information, please contact the person that invited you to watch this video right away so they can show you the next steps in starting your own solar business.
Wow, that was some powerful information. I mean, like, it doesn't matter how many times I see it, I'm still sitting here like,
It's crazy, right? Just
it's
how do we not
crazy.
know this until now?
How
But
can you not know this, right? Seriously.
man,
You know, it's what we don't know that causes the challenges in our life.
that's
What
right.
we do know, we're good on, but it's what we don't know that causes us not to get the results that we really want to see manifest in our lives. I'm excited to be here. I'm super excited to be here.
Always excited. You know, I always love hump day. I said, listen, it's hump day, it's Wednesday. I get to present with my girl. What's going on, Miss
Ken
Brown?
Folk, man, Ken Folk.
Miss
Yes, I am
Humble
excited
Brown.
to. Yes, I'm Mr. Landon Taylor, LT, in the
Yes,
building. It is
yes.
always an honor to be able to stand alongside you, brother, and just share some powerful information that can
Yeah,
really help people. You know, listen, the truth of the matter is, Landon, we have residual bills. Like
we
every
do.
month, they show up. without delay. They don't
And they won't
hesitate.
stop.
Matter of fact, they send you an email telling
Mhm.
you
Reminder.
you got 2 hours to pay me what you owe me.
Yeah.
Period. So
Listen,
why not
one
have
time they send it to
residual?
you a month in advance.
Come on then. Listen. So why not have residual income to address the residual responsibilities that we have on a continuous basis? They're not going anywhere.
Not going anywhere.
No, not ever.
Never.
Going over here.
Taxes and for sure electricity bills.
Facts all day. So
I
did we show them what we're working with?
think we should. I
I
think the
think we should
people
show
want
them
to
what
know.
we're working with. First
I
of
think people
all,
know.
I think we should. I think we should show them what we're working with. Thank you all for tuning in and tapping in from all over the world. We've had people from everywhere tap in and tune in to connect with us on these social media platforms. So we are everywhere where social media is accessible. So thank you for checking us out, listening, lending your ear and your heart to find out what we're going to be chatting about tonight. I'm P. Coffee Brown, and I'm standing alongside my esteemed partner, Mr. Landon Taylor, and we're going to share some things with you that could truly add value to you and your family's lives. So let's get started. First of all, we are building things for your mindset, your business, and your net worth. Listen, it's not good enough to just have a net worth. You have got to have a net worth. You got to have some assets, not just liabilities. So let's talk about it. We're a high ticket brokerage. We have 4 ticket verticals that we're going to be sharing with you on this evening. Each have huge income earning potential. Now, listen, I don't know about you, but the last time that I checked, I did not have 4 vertical anythings that
Mm-mm.
could help me generate any income at the office. I mean, Landon, did they offer you 4 verticals of did you
No,
get
listen, you may get lucky and have two. You may
okay?
have a
All right.
salary and maybe a bonus, but even some of those are getting a little skimpy nowadays, right? So
Not the skimpy bonuses.
skimpy bonuses. I mean, times are hard. I mean, the economy is not great.
The economy is not great at all. So that leads me to say, why build a business? Because nobody is coming to save us. Entrepreneurialism used to be optional. Now it is a mandate for success. If you want to win in business, you have literally got to have something in place that can add value to people on a continuous basis. And dig this, it's got to be independent of you. That's going to
Yes.
be an important thing for you guys to consider as we address this on tonight. So our current financial situation is bananas. Landon, I went to a networking event earlier today, and a guy
Mhm.
was just sharing about the current state of our actual nation as we know it to be, with the debt
Right.
crisis, the layoffs, the inflation, the high interest rates, the bankruptcies, recession, the job displacement. And last but certainly not least, the tax ministries. It's a whole ministry of
Oh,
taxes. Okay. I mean, like, we have a neighborhood texting group, and in the group, they were like, anybody got your tax stuff yet? I was like, listen, we don't need to be having this conversation right now. They were like, yes, we do, because they're getting ready to send us some paperwork. And it is going to be, again, an increase in our homeowner taxes again. So I was
yes.
like, oh, here we go again. But
Same
listen,
here.
I think we have an amazing program that can help to offset some of those expenses. Just stay with us, guys. Stick with us. So we live in the age of the gig economy. Now, you might be asking, what in the world is a gig economy? Gig economy is a way that you're able to generate income from a non-traditional perspective. All right. So Uber, Etsy, Airbnb, and Shopify are 4 significant ways to do that. Now, these are what's called income that you have to work for. All right. So you have to work for income with these. It's called active income. We're going to show you passive, residual, and active income as we share with you some more details about what we're doing and how it can truly benefit your family. So, what are you looking for when it comes to a business? You got to look for an industry with a big enough target market and a low enough penetration. What does that mean to you? If you were to go and start a refrigerator company right now, chances are, unless you have something that is significantly unique to every refrigerator known to man, unfortunately, it's oversaturated. Okay. There's so many refrigerator options to choose from. Like you can just click on your phone and you got 9,000 options for a refrigerator. So that might not be an ideal business. Why? Because it is penetrated already, it's saturated. So you never want to have a business that's saturated because there's too many people already that have gotten to the water before you got to the water to take that drink. So even in thinking about that, you want to think about a business with essential goods and services such as gas, electricity, and water. Listen, water is something that everyone has to utilize. I don't know anyone, not even someone that doesn't have a residence, they still utilize water. So everyone utilizes water in some way, shape, or form. All right. We all use electricity. We all use some type of energy source, whether it's gas fuel as gasoline or electricity to fuel our vehicles as well. All right. So industries that will thrive in a good or bad economy, you got to be involved in something that regardless of the economic stance, you will still be able to provide for yourself, your family, and all those individuals that are leaning into you for those support systems. It's going to be imperative that you have something like that. You know, Landon, when I get to this slide, I
Yeah.
just get tickled pink every time because I start pulling out my calculator every time I see
Oh,
this slide.
yes.
How powerful is this knowing that, guys, the amounts that you're seeing on the screen is actually commissions. All right. We'll talk
Commitment.
to
Yeah.
you about the companies, but look at these commissions. Landon, listen, Landon, I sold insurance for a number of years. Residential, commercial, life, just different forms of insurance. And off rip, we didn't have these type of commissions off rip depending on what it
Right.
was that we sold. You know,
Right.
some things had higher commissions, but on average with PNC, the commission is lower. So you got to do a whole bunch in order to
Mhm.
get the kind of results that you're after. But here with us, less is more.
Yes. And you know what else? You know what else, Coffee? I mean, the average American doesn't have $1,000 saved up for an emergency, right? So if you think about even the ADT and Brinks, right? What would that do for a family? You know, that's what I get
Absolutely.
excited about. You know, yes, the 6,000 to 10,000, that's great. I mean,
Absolutely.
just to have an extra $500 to $700, and that's per sale. That's not even per month, right? So,
You know,
I
that's
mean,
crazy. You know, I
wow.
spoke with a realtor today. We were conversing about how we could partner. And so I was
Mhm.
sharing with her the options that we had with our water filtration systems, ADT, Brinks, and also our renewable energy through solar. And she said, listen, I may not be interested in solar right now, but I definitely got quite a few clients that still don't have security systems that have closed on their properties, and we just
Yep,
hadn't gotten to it yet. And I
yep.
said, perfect. We can definitely add value in that capacity. But wait, Landon, there's more. Can I tell you
Oh,
the rest?
give it to them
Landon, we are nationwide. We're nationwide.
on their side.
This is not just in your region or my region. We're able to provide these products and services across this nation. Now, how impactful is that, Landon? How much further can we go if we can go all the way to California from Texas
That's
and
that's a
in
beautiful
our living
thing.
room, in the living room,
And
Landon?
in my pajamas. Listen, my family is mostly in Mississippi, so you know, my mom is already looking at the water. She's looking at I'm going to try to convince her to go with one of these other security companies. So listen, it's opportunity out there for
I love
everybody,
it.
everywhere.
I
Absolutely.
love it. That's a fantastic way of looking at this. Is opportunity everywhere, you know. And so the one thing that I'm loving is the fact that we're going to roll out an additional security system that
Oh
is
yeah,
wireless. Listen, what?
yes.
Pack it
Take
and
it,
take it with you.
take it.
What in
Yes,
the ham fat? I
yeah.
mean, who came up with that idea? Pack your security system and take it with
Take
you.
it. Brilliant.
Man, that's a
Working late in the office.
fantastic idea.
Take it with you.
Oh my God. Pack your security systems. Matter of fact, we're gonna have to show a blitz about that one of these days, Landon. We cannot
For
leave people
sure.
in suspense about that. They've got to see that. They got to see
Yeah,
what we're talking about.
I think
But
we
right
should. Yeah.
now, Landon, right now, we got to talk about this roof that we're looking at right here. Let's talk about solar.
Oh yeah.
Listen, everybody that I know purchased their home. They did all the financing, got everything situated. They went to closing, got the keys to the home, went on inside, and just was excited to be there. And they
Mm-hmm.
all got one thing in common. They all got this lovely energy bill every single month without fail.
Without fail. They
Without
don't
fail.
forget.
Every single month. But what they didn't get was education on the fact that they could go from renting their energy to owning it.
Come on now. That's
Oh my
good.
goodness. Listen, we got all the information about owning the home, but we didn't get information about owning the energy. When I look hindsight, being 2020, when I first purchased my property here in Texas a decade ago, Landon, I would have paid off my system by now and
Wow.
literally own my energy. I wouldn't be making the payments for my renewable energy. I would literally have paid that
Mm.
off and be sitting in this house with all this electricity all up in my eyeballs that is owned by myself and my family.
Wow.
Landon,
That's
that's
something
crazy.
to think about. And energy was cheaper back then too, 10 years ago.
Think
It's only
about it.
going up.
Think about it. I
Yeah.
spoke with a friend of mine who is a very phenomenal real estate professional in the state of Florida. And she said something to me, and she said, "Oh, you know what? I got solar 4 years ago with blackout protection." I said, "Did you
Mm.
tell somebody?" She
Right.
said,
Kept it to itself.
She said, I didn't know who to tell. I was like, think about
Wow.
it. If you told somebody from then to now, with all the properties that you sold, all the clients that you've generated through all this time, let's do a little calculation and see how much money you would have earned just for sharing this information. It
Mm.
was upwards of over six figures, like it was in the high six figures based on the amount of clients that they have closed since that time,
That already trust her.
that already know, like, and trust her.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. This is crazy. Why get involved in the solar industry? Listen, you asked, we're going to tell you. There's 130 million homes in the US. Now, this presentation was made a few months ago, so we know that there's more homes even now than
Mhm.
initially when we presented this information, when we first created this presentation. And then 90 million of those are eligible for solar, and approximately 5 million have gone solar, and 85 million are still eligible, and they do not have solar. Ladies and gentlemen, listen, this is a right time, right opportunity, right positioning, because just as I just showed you, it is not oversaturated. And that's what you need to look at when it comes to business. You need to look at high profitability, low saturation, and a product or service that you can share with the masses. When we showed you, when we started off in the presentation, Ray Kroc and the McDonald's concept. Now, Ray Kroc didn't found McDonald's. He actually brought it from the brothers that created the actual company. But he found a way to put a system in place and duplicate that same system, guys, all across the nation, and then turn it around to make it the largest real estate owner
Mhm.
next to Starbucks now, because Starbucks has a lot of real estate now. But McDonald's and Starbucks have capitalized not only on their service and their product, but listen, in the real estate industry. Then
Yep.
Chick-fil-A showed up behind them, and now they're doing the exact same thing as a close third to capitalizing on the real estate industry and offering a product and service that is to the masses.
Yep. You want to hear something else, Coffee? You want to know what's crazy about all of those companies?
Tell
They
us.
put they put in those systems, and they are most of them are operated by a bunch of teenagers. So
Facts.
that's what systems can do for you, and that's what I love about what we're about to show on.
Absolutely. And that's a phenomenal thing, because even with this company, guys, do you know who are some of the most powerful networkers in the universe and can get the word out and get people to respond? It's young people.
Yep.
They can get their parents to move on things that you'd be surprised just how impressionable we are as parents. And our children come to us and say, "Mom, Dad, let's do A, B, C, and D." We literally will listen and take heed. So while you're watching this, keep an open mind, because you may be in the home with that young person that may just be that child that helps to get your family to financial freedom. Because I'm telling you, I have seen students, as an educator, I have shared with my students information. They go back, share it with their parents, and then the parents act on that information. Listen, could you imagine telling a child, "Hey, listen, I want you to work for me. I want you to work for me. I'm going to offer you something," giving them a specific amount to actually go out and just share?
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine a child? Children,
Value.
they have no reservations about opening their mouths and sharing.
That's right.
And if they know they're going to have a return on their investment, I'm telling you guys, think about the young people that surround your life, how this could really be beneficial to them. So, why solar for consumers? You can save up to 50% on your energy costs. It's nothing down initially with our financing options. We have the blackout protection that is necessary for several regions in our nation. The tax credits are crazy, up to 30%, because the government is backing renewable energy. Immediate increase in the value of your home. You say, "P Coffee, how is that possible?" I am so glad you asked. The reason why it's possible is this: because that particular property that has the renewable energy, you're pushing that property from renting the energy to owning the energy. That in itself gives that property additional value. So, lastly, it's clean energy. Renewable energy, it helps us to lower our carbon footprint, to really help with the things that are happening in our planet. In 2022, somebody went solar every 44 seconds. So you can imagine that process has accelerated. So this is a legitimate business opportunity, part-time or full-time, it doesn't matter. You're doing most of your work virtually. 90% of what we do is in the virtual space. I am not going to fly to California to close a deal. That doesn't make sense. But I can go into Zoom, Google Meets, any other things that I use, Cisco, whatever platform that we use, and you can go in there and have that conversation with your homeowner in a whole nother state. They still get installed by this phenomenal installer, still get the best quality, still get the best products, everything that they need, just from a conversation we've had on a platform just like this one, to close a deal in another location. So you can be everywhere your client is just by being remote. So you can simply refer solo customers and earn up to 50% in commissions. You can become a builder mentor, closing sales for other consultants, and you can earn income from that as well. And Mr. Taylor is going to share more about that in just a few moments. Now, one thing that I love about this company that really resonates with me is the 25-year production guarantee. Listen, guys, it is important for me as a consumer. Someone asked me today, "Hey, how long does the solar last?" I said, "Listen, at least 25 years, at least 25 years." When I shared it with that lady, she just looked at me like, "What?" I said, "Yeah, at least 25 years."
Mhm.
And for those of you that are looking at this and maybe considering doing solar, and you say, "Hey, P Coffee, I have an issue with my roof. My roof needs to be replaced." No problem. We can literally roll your financing for your roof in your solar, and dig this. And you still are strongly looking at a bill lower than your energy bill that you have right now, even with the solar and the roof combined.
Can't beat it.
You cannot beat that with a baseball bat. You got everything that you need. Your family's taken care of. You got your solar. You're putting yourself in a position to own your energy. It doesn't get any better than that. So our installer is Freedom Forever. We deal with we have the guaranteed power, returning lost savings. If you ever lose anything with us, we will return that back to you and your household. Meaning, if we do not produce the amount of energy that we have committed to yourself and your family, we will definitely compensate you and your family if you don't receive the amount of energy that we have committed to making certain you and your family will have. And also guaranteed production. So, ladies and gentlemen, listen, what do you see here?
Mm, mm, mm.
You know, Landon, I've said it before and I'm going to say it again.
Tell them.
Ladies and gentlemen, these are naked roofs. They need to be clothed. They need clothes. These roofs are totally naked and they need some clothing. The clothing is our solar panels. Come on now.
Love it.
Listen, you gotta get some clothes on your roof. You
Clothes
gotta
on the
get some
roof.
clothes on your roof. You gotta get some clothes on.
Agreed. Put some pants on.
Put some pants on, please, please. So these are just a few of our customer testimonials out in California before they got their renewable energy and put some clothes on their roof. They were paying $287 a month. It got down to $148. Now listen, this includes the panels, ladies and gentlemen, the energy
Wow.
and the panels together with half the expense. Come on. Talk about an investment in yourself and your family. Now, listen, Mr. JC Rangel, our VP, he says, listen, a solar sales presentation, it's not a presentation, it's an IQ test. So, anybody that's watching this, I know you have enough intelligence to see if I had half, if I paid half for my energy and I had solar and I could get a new roof for, and still possibly pay less than what I'm paying for one bill, I think I would exchange that. I think I would trade that out. I think
Sound
I'd
like
be
a
good
good
to
deal
win.
to me. Yeah. Sound like
I
a
think
good
I'd
deal
be
to me.
good. It sounds like a big deal to me. So the commission on this particular actual venture for this particular family was $6,400. The mentor and the mentee split it $3,200 a piece. This is another one in Florida, $410 before solar, $290 after solar. Listen, guys, this is with the panels included and the energy. Listen, they're not paying to JEA or whatever electric company that they're using. They're actually paying through the actual solar. You're paying for it right there, and you're not paying another company. You got one bill, ladies and gentlemen, and you're looking at a significant savings because you use renewable energy. And listen, remember, you're going to own your energy. You will no longer rent it. The commission was $8,200 on here. The mentor got paid $4,100, and the mentee got paid $4,100 as well. Again, Mr. Taylor is going to share with you guys what that looks like. Now, look, energy costs over time. I don't need to tell you about energy costs over time. We all know that energy keeps escalating. It's just going up and up and up and up and up. And if listen, there's no stopping it unless you do something about it, which will be renewable energy. Renewable energy protects you from inflation. It's not going to continue to go up. You're going to have a set rate. It's not going to escalate and go back and forth and up and down just because it's 99,000 degrees outside or it's 0 degrees outside. And listen, just food for thought, you're still powering your energy even in the wintertime. Why? Because the solar goes off the daylight. So you still have daylight in the winter, which means you're still producing energy. So I wanted to dispel that myth that, oh, it's not as much sun. Even on a cloudy day, you're still generating energy. Why? Because it's daylight. Think about how powerful that is. So this young man who was dapper and sharp, classic young man. I'm a classic man. Energy deregulation will be the largest transfer of wealth in history, says this young man. Now, I'm going to tell you something. If he says anything about anything, I'm going to listen to him. I'm going to listen
We
to him.
listen. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to listen to him. And why would I listen to him? Just because maybe he's a billionaire. Just maybe. Just maybe. And that is
He know a little. He know a little bit.
absolutely so. And that is a hint, and a clue. Listen, Mr. Taylor, I'm done. I've shared what I had to share on this evening. And listen, I'm excited just to be here standing beside you. But I just want you to tell us a little bit about how people can generate some income. I've said it before, you got residual responsibility. Why not residual income? Landon, can you share with us about this income that we could possibly earn for ourselves and our family? Now, I want to say this before we show you this. We are not making any claims about what you're going to earn, okay?
Nope.
Or how fat your pockets are going to be. We're just sharing this information You'll be aware of the potential, but it's going to be based on your efforts.
Your efforts. Listen, we talk about systems. It's all about systems. Coffee, it's all about systems. And that is what we have today. So we're going to talk about a few of these 7 ways we get paid, but just know there are 7 ways. We talked about it a little bit earlier. Most of us are only used to 1, maybe 2 ways to get paid. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a system just for you to show you 7 ways to get paid. So let's go over a few. So as Ms. Coffee said, we cannot guarantee any income, but what we can guarantee is that we have a system. And if you follow the system, stay teachable and coachable, listen, it can work out for you too. All right, so let's get into it. So let's talk about personal sales. So Coffee showed the split, but let's dive a little bit into that, okay? So 70% of those commissions that go to the personal sales, let's use $10,000 as our example, right? 70% is what? $7,000. Now, Coffee, we asked the question earlier. We said, you know, a couple of $100 a month would be great, but what would $7,000 do for your household? I mean, that's more than most people make on their full-time job for the month. And this is how many sales, Coffee? This Coffee, how many sales was that? Just one
just
sale?
one. Just one sale. Just
For,
one.
and here's the great thing about it. Is it really a sale? Are we really selling anybody anything? If you're telling somebody you can possibly save, you know, $1,200 a month, a year, sorry, it's $1,200 a year. Is that really selling them on anything?
I don't think I need to sell you on saving, because savings is the new earning.
Right. It's seriously, that is an automatic pay raise, right? When you are able to help a friend put $1,200 back into their bank account, that is a pay raise. You will be very good raise. They'll pick up the phone anytime, right? So, you know, what about if you decide to get good? Let's say you starting to like this solar thing. You know, we have friends, Coffee, who they do this very well. You know, people like Idris and Chris and the Jabaris of the world, they do this very well. So how do you get to this stage where you can now help others close the deals that Coffee showed you a little bit earlier, where you had that split deal in California and Florida? You know, you saw the commissions, and then it was a mentee mentor. Well, now if you get good at this, you can actually close the deals of not only the people that you introduce this to, not only for yourself, but anybody in the company, right? So how do you get there? You do 3 training deals, you close 5 of your own deals. Company knows you know what you're talking about, right? You pass the certification and boom, you are now hoisted as one of the greats in the company, and you can close deals. And we're going to talk about what the money looks like for that, Coffee. I mean, crazy.
And you know, I just want to say this: residual income is actually a form of passive income, because once you actually build this monstrosity, then you'll be able to earn with little to no effort. So you can literally, passive and residual income can literally be one and the same based on how our program is set up, because it's little or no effort. So once you build your monstrosity, and you are literally having people from all over the world contributing to your household on a regular basis, you're generating revenue, commissions off of all these amazing things. And some of them are going to be coming to your household monthly. That can definitely be doubled as passive income for sure.
Yeah, mailbox money, right?
Mailbox money. I'm loving it every month. But go ahead,
I love me some mailbox money. Listen, what about? Listen, here's what I love. And Coffee, you know, I'm excited because we're going to talk about that in just a moment. But let's say, you know, you're a mentor, and you know, Coffee's my mentor, and I'm rolling. I'm in my phone because I just got $7,000 or whatever that commission may be. Now, Coffee has now helped me and 3 other people with the sales. Coffee has now just made, on a split commission, we'll use the $7,000 as that example. Half of the 7,000 is 3,500, right? If my math is correct. My wife is second grade teacher.
I think your math is
I'm married to a second grade teacher, so I know a little bit. You know, she does a little math. So I listen sometimes.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, Miss Coffee, you know, you just made $42,000.
I'll take it. I'll take it in large bills, please.
Large bills in the blues, right?
In the blues, baby. In the blues.
in the blues. Listen, $42,000 in commissions just for helping others, just for helping other people. And again, these are not sales. If you're helping customers save money, Coffee, what was the quote? You said saving is a new earning?
Saving is the new earning.
Listen, we need to put that on the t-shirt. So
Period.
now let's talk about the passive. All right, we're going to talk about the passive income. So what does that mean? You introduce someone to this, right? Because after you start to make a little money, people start asking questions like, they start to see your clothes upgrade. They start to see, your car be a little more clean, right? You can take it to the car wash a little more, right? You may even go to a new zip code. Now, when you do that, people start asking questions. So that means you tell them what you do, right? So what happens when you tell them what to do? Well, you show them, again, our operative word today is the system.
The system.
Show them the system. And what happens when Coffee shows me the system and I run the play, I run the system, Coffee now gets a 20% override, not on what I make, but on the company's side. See, ladies and gentlemen, this is different. This isn't what you thought this may have been. Coffee isn't taking any money from me. The company has made it a point to say, Coffee, we want to thank you for your dedication to the ministry, and we are going to reward you with a 20% override, lifetime override, at least. And Coffee, you're still making your 70% commissions, but it gets better. Once Coffee shows a few of us the system, and now we're rolling. We now have 10 installs in a 60-day period. Coffee, you have now just gotten a pay raise. Now I know a lot of us have been in positions where we've seen people get pay raise, and we're like, I don't know how this person got a raise. But ladies and gentlemen, we've taken that out of this. It's no politics here. It is productivity. It is following the system, and we're making it work. Coffee now just has a 30% raise. 10% overrides down to infinity. That means anyone else that all the way down who is introduced to this, it is a continuous override as long as people are producing and following that system. And it goes all the way up to National Director Coffee, where you now are making 45%. Listen, we're talking about company pools and ownership. Tell me, where can you go right now where you can actually just do a little bit of work and have ownership in the company? I mean, it's absolutely spectacular. Absolutely spectacular.
Wow.
So let's do a few examples before we get out of here, right? So, let's do a little math, right? So let's say you now have 10 consultants that you're helping, okay? 10 consultants doing one deal each, right? Not being superstars, but, following the system. What would an extra $6,300 in passive income mean, right? So we talked about passive income being the mailbox money that you didn't have a direct hand in, but you receiving an override for, right?
Wait a minute, hold on. You trying to tell me that all these other people that I've introduced and they're producing just one, they just got one deal a piece.
Following the system.
You're telling me that I didn't do any work and they're gonna put $6,300 in the account
because you showed them the system. Absolutely.
Wow.
Helping people save money every single month on a bill that they will always have to pay until they find someone like us.
That's incredible.
Which is, it is a product that every homeowner has to pay. So, imagine if you do one yourself. Now we're talking, that's over $13,000 for the month. Again, Coffee, what would you do with $13,000 a month extra?
Listen, do you want to see? I already got. Okay, all right. You want to see my
notes? You got written down.
You want to see my notes?
Well, I'm gonna really blow your mind. Let's double it. What would you do with an extra $20,000 a month?
Listen, it's on the notepad. It's on the notes.
Listen, I would implore anyone who is watching this right now, put it on a note. Following a system. Listen, we've already talked about if 16-year-olds can follow a system and make these companies billion-dollar organizations and conglomerates all over the world. You mean to tell me that a person like you who's watching this right now can't follow a system and do well for yourself and your family? It is impossible. If you don't believe in you, I believe in you.
I believe in me too.
And I believe in it too, right? So, again, the company, we're showing you some examples of what it would look like, but with 50 consultants, I mean, this thing grows, right? Because we're talking about a
Wow.
system. As people begin to make money, people begin to be curious. Listen, 100 solar deals per month with 30 coming from that first level, meaning someone that you personally introduced, and 80 coming from anywhere else. Coffee, you can literally have over almost $68,000 in passive overrides.
That's bananas. I mean, like
They-
literally, you literally can position yourself to do six figures in 6 months. Literally.
I mean, the average American isn't making that for the year. And
That's true.
we're saying that we can create a system that can show people how to make this. And it's possible, right? You and I know there have been people in our company who's made this type of money before. So we're not just making income claims. This is documented that people have done this
Absolutely.
before, right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right. So, we're not going to belabor the point on examples, but let's talk about, some things that we have in addition to solar. So Coffee spoke about this a little bit earlier. So every 26 seconds, someone's home is being broken into. We know that we had Hurricane Beryl here in Houston. And one of the biggest fear for people was that, as people began to, go to different hotels or go to different places where people who had electricity, they were worried that their homes were being broken into. Well, now
Absolutely.
you can make sure that any family that you talk to, you can now blanket them with security and knowing that they have a trusted company. And oh, by the way, every single sale that you make, you can make between $400 and $700. Again, the average American Coffee does not have $1,000 saved up for an emergency. So if you did have to leave for a hurricane, are you prepared? And can you
Wow.
go somewhere for an extended period of time? So, I'm not forcing anyone to think any kind of way, but I'm just saying, make sure that you and your family are in a position, even if it's an extra $400 to $700 a month. I think that it's worth it for you and your family.
Absolutely.
But here's the thing I like, Coffee. And I know you and I have had conversations about this. We've had conversations about six-figure earners who are still living paycheck to paycheck. Not because many of them are even just bad with money, but six figures isn't the same that it was 10 years ago. Just like the gas prices that you paid 10 years ago is not the same. As inflation rises, you have to find a way to stay current and stay relevant. But for some people, they do need financial mastery. They do need credit building. They do need tax planning, right? Coffee, we also talked about this too. One of the reasons you and I both got a home-based business were because of some of the tax benefits.
Absolutely.
So what would it be like if you were able to access a membership that shows you how to master your taxes, how to be your own bank, how to realistically look at retirement? Even NFL players, there was a documentary some years ago that was called Broke, where they made
Yeah.
all of this money. But it's not about, Coffee, I think you said this in the last presentation, it's not about how much you make, but it's about how much you keep.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right?
Because we can make, we can earn all types of income, but unfortunately, in the nation that we live in, with our nation being trillions of dollars in debt, it clearly shows that we're actually utilizing everything instead of using the wisdom to be able to have resources, like you mentioned before, to be able to take care of our families should life begin to life.
Mhm.
Because life is going to happen. And so we want to be positioned to where we can respond when it does and when it doesn't. Just being able to position ourselves to do some things exciting and be able to just take the kind of trips we want to take, or be able to dine at the places that we really want to dine versus driving by because we are not in a position to afford that. However, if we're actually good stewards over our resources, we'll be able to afford a lot more luxuries and still be able to do all the other things that we're responsible for.
Yeah, because we were not created to live in lack. And we,
Absolutely.
you and I, we talk about that all of the time. We were not created to live in lack. So why not position yourself to actually learn about this? And Coffee, we even have an app for this, which is what I'm really loving. I mean, we have actual courses that you can go through to
Yes.
teach you this step by step. So listen, we're almost done here. We're going to wrap this up, but it gets better. So not only can you position yourself to learn about tax financial mastery, but you can now splurge. See, I said this in my last one, and again, my wife is 6 months pregnant, and she's asking for some stuff, and I'm gonna do it,
And you got
no
to come
matter what
through.
time
You
it is.
got to come through.
5 o'clock in the morning, you want a breakfast sandwich from here? No problem. I'm just gonna get on this app. We'll see what they have, right? Because we have an app that will allow you to save money, and we actually have a trip coming up. And I'm actually going to use the bill rewards to save money on the hotel, on the flight,
I
right?
love it.
All of this is included in your membership that we're going to show you right now. So listen, I don't know where you can go where you can get everything we just mentioned about saving money, making money, the bill rewards, smart money club. Listen, you can start a nationwide brokerage, as Coffee mentioned, for under $200.
That's for under $200, a nationwide brokerage. Come on now.
Under
That that's
$200.
that's absolutely bananas.
Yeah, and here's the great thing about it. So we talked about the Smart Money Club and the Bill Rewards. They're memberships, right, Coffee? So what the company does, the company is generous. Now, I wouldn't fault them if they said, listen, we got to operate, right? We're giving y'all all this money for solar,
Absolutely.
giving you water filtration, we're giving you, home security money. We need the money from these subscriptions to operate. Well, Coffee, the company is generous, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, a portion of the Bill Rewards membership and the Smart Money Club membership that people pay, the company now has created a program. As Coffee stated, you have those residual bills. Well, now you have an opportunity every single month to get a little bit more mailbox money.
I love it.
I mean, and listen, all you have to do is stand on your own 2 feet, follow the system, right? When you
Yeah.
have active memberships and subscriptions, now these aren't subscriptions. Now, people see these numbers, these aren't people that you have to actively get just yourself,
No,
right? So
not at
we're going
all.
to dispel that, right? Because we always like to say you're in business for yourself, but never by yourself, right?
Absolutely.
So, Coffee, we're working together, right? So now you're a part of my network. I'm a part of yours, and everyone who's involved with us, we're a part of the same network. And my mom used to always say, "Many hands make light work."
Absolutely.
And that's what, ladies and gentlemen, that's what this is. You now have the opportunity to be a Builder 500, which is what I was blessed to be. 10 on your left or 10 on your right. If you want to say team one, team two,
Yes.
$500 per month just for helping people follow a system and give themselves the cushion to have that $1,000 a month dream.
I love
Just
it.
for emergency. We're not talking about even the big money. We just want people to have the money just in case for an emergency. Let's just start there. Can you do that for yourself? Can you do that for your friends? Can you do that for your families and the people that you know? Right.
Absolutely.
So, how do you get started? Coffee? It's a lot of stuff on the screen.
It is a lot of stuff on the screen. And I tell you what, the solar, the home security, and listen, we mentioned that we're going to roll out another security system that is wireless at the top
Mm,
of 2025. The water filtration system, guys, listen, if you know anybody that drinks water, send them our way.
mm.
Anybody,
Send it.
anybody you know. The water filtration system so we can have alkaline water in our homes flowing through here and we don't have to invest $9,472.22 in
Mm.
water bottles. I'm telling you, because alkaline water, listen, think about how much money you actually spend on a monthly basis just to get that water in your home because nobody that I know goes to the faucet, turns it on, and then drinks the water. Nobody. Not without a
Nobody.
water filtration system. Absolutely not. And then, of course, the Smart Money Club. There's so many things that you can do with that. And tomorrow night, guys, listen, set your alarms because we're going to actually be sharing about the water systems from our actual director for the water filtration division, Mrs. Kim Bean. So you'll be able to catch that right here on my page on tomorrow evening. Landon, I'm so excited that we're going to be able to air that tomorrow evening just to share with you about the water filtration. You'll be educated in a way that you've never known when it comes to alkaline water. And her mission, vision, and goal is to touch at least 1 million women's lives with
Hmm.
product and services to help them not only free themselves, but to free their family. So that is super exciting, guys. So tune in for that tomorrow night.
Yeah, and it's some good stuff. I've had the
Absolutely.
opportunity to see it, and Miss Bean is phenomenal.
She's fantastic. She's beyond phenomenal. She's fantastic.
Yeah, she's
Absolutely.
fantastic. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, listen. How do you get started? $199 one time, and listen, coffee. It's $99 a month, but you know what? This company is just so generous.
They so
They
generous.
said, I mean, because listen, how many people do you know that like you?
You
You
know what?
know, 'cause
Last I checked, Landon, I had at least 4 people that like me.
at least four. I mean, you need six to carry you up out of here. So, I mean,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, but that don't mean they gotta like me to carry me out.
that's true. That's true. That's
I mean, but
you
I do
got
know at least 4 that like me. Now, why is that relevant though, Landon? Why
because
does that even matter?
again, the company is so now they could have said you just gonna have to keep paying this over and over again. But listen, if you refer four people who you help their families make money and keep money with Smart Money
Mm,
Club, the company will wipe away your overhead. So
wow.
literally, you are operating in the black.
In
Listen, you
the
can operate in the
black.
black.
Listen, that's where I like to that's like where I like to operate all black, honey.
Yes, yes. Listen, so we won't take up any more of your time, Miss Coffee. Do you have any closing words? Since we're
Landon, first of all, we want to thank everybody for taking time out of their schedule to come in and connect with us about this amazing information. I mean, Landon, I'm still over the moon with excitement about what we're doing and how it's going to be of value to so many families. This is amazing.
Mhm. Yeah, it is. And like I said last time, I don't know where the families are who are watching this, but listen, what I do know is that you deserve it and you matter.
Absolutely.
So if
Absolutely.
you've made it this far, your dream is still alive.
Yes.
Don't let it go.
Yes. So, with that being said, guys, remember we're here to help you build for your family, build for your legacy, and build for your overall destiny right here with Build Network. And so, we're super excited to have had an opportunity to share with you and your family. And we'll see you guys again here soon and share more with you about how you and your family can do something significant and change your lives, not only your lives, but somebody else's. So we'll see you guys again soon. Grace and peace.
Bye bye,
Good
everybody.
night, everybody.